the Deputy President to engage citizens is part of the violation of the cabinet resolution?
In context.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Mtuse, Honorable, I sought to know whether the people you respect, the people who elected you, do you suspect they will respect you with this behavior you are showing here?
Mr. Speaker, I will also request for your protection because the people of Kibwezi are not on trial.
I didn't try to
Counsel for the Deputy President, just stick to the subject matter.
Mr. Speaker, we seek that our witness not be subjected to barbs or badgering. The question whether he respects or the people respect him and whatnot. The allegation is clear in black and white. If we could stick to that, it would help.
My learned colleague, Dr.
Counsel, I've already ruled on that.
I know, but my lord, there's a question or issue here.
Progress.
I'll make the progress, Mr. Speaker, as you direct. Let's look at paragraph 72 at page 35 of volume 1. Page 36, my apologies, 36. The original motion had 35, it's now 36 on the reproduced motion. Paragraph 72. You're saying, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua has persistently undermined, demeaned, and committed insubordination instead of assisting the President. Honorable Mtuse, has the President of the Republic of Kenya complained to you that is being undermined by his deputy?
No.
Does the Deputy President have another supervisor in the structure of government other than the President?
The people of Kenya and Parliament.
Have the people of Kenya complained to you that the Deputy President is undermining the President?
Many of them.
Have you presented before this court, this Senate, those complaints by the people of Kenya to you?
I am their representative.
Have you presented them, the complaints, the emails, the letters, the messages? You have given us screenshots here. Have you given them to this Senate that the DP is undermining the President?
That I don't have, but I have presented the motion.
Allow me to move to ground 4. Let me start by asking this question. It is your claim that the Deputy President has amassed a humongous property portfolio estimated at 5.2 billion shillings.
That's ground 4. It is not. So that's...
My apologies, ground 7. My apologies for that. I'm sorry for that. Ground 7 at page 17. My apologies for that.
Yes, it is our allegation, and we have justified it in our evidence in chief.
Who gave you this value of 5.2 billion?
We said estimated at 5.2 billion, and we have...
Yes, who gave you that estimate value of 5.2 billion?
We have made the additions.
Sorry?
It's a matter of additions.
So, you're saying that when we take you through these values, you'll get a property value of about 5.2 billion?
Approximately 5.2 billion, yes.
You said you made the additions. Additions result into a definite figure, Mr. Mtuse. Although you are a lawyer, mathematics are pre-qualification for studying law.
There are two things. One, there is the...
Are you saying that when we do those additions, we will get 5.2 billion?
There is the stated value in the sale agreements and in the acquisition documents.
That's what I'm saying. Are you saying when we add those values, we'll get 5.2 billion?
I will also be telling you what, in my view, are the values of some of the properties.
Oh, what, in your view, are the values of some of the properties?
Yes.
You have graduated from a lawyer to a valuer now, isn't it?
That's not exactly what we are saying.
Okay,
What
thank
in
you.
our view-
Using what expertise did you attach that value in your view?
Well, market value. I'm sure you also know land in Kitale, an acre goes for 4 million, land in Kilifi, an acre goes for 2 million, and if it goes beyond that, it's a reasonable man's test.
And that reasonable man is you.
Indeed.
Thank you. At paragraph 44, at page 18,
Yes.
you have listed a company called Spiritway Limited in your motion. Yes?
Number 18.
Page 18, paragraph 44. It's a continuation of ground 7. I'm doing ground 7 now.
Page 18. Spiritway Limited.
What wrong are you saying that company has done anywhere on earth? What wrong?
I did state, I listed these companies.
No, I'm asking Spiritway Limited. What wrong are you saying Spiritway has committed anywhere on earth?
These are companies that are associated with His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua. His
So,
reference and
what wrong has Gachagua committed through Spiritway Limited? I'm dealing with this one now. Spiritway Limited. What wrong has he done through this one?
It is one of the companies that we reasonably suspect are convicts, are used as special purpose vehicles for corruption.
So, what proceeds of corruption have passed through Spiritway Limited? How much?
We have demonstrated the specific.
No, I'm asking what proceeds of corruption have passed through Spiritway Limited as a particular company?
In our evidence, we have not presented evidence against Spiritway.
You have not.
Yes.
No, in correct English, when I say you have not, you say no, we have not. You don't say yes.
Okay.
You have not presented evidence.
We have not presented evidence.
Thank you. Let's move to Fortis Vis Group Limited. What wrong has Fortis Vis Group Limited committed anywhere on earth?
Fortis.
Number 2 on page 18, company number 2. Sorry?
We have no
No,
quarrel.
page 18 of 85 for
We have
volume 1.
we have no quarrel with Fortis.
Sorry?
We have no quarrel with Fortis.
I didn't get the answer.
We have no quarrel with Fortis.
You have no quarrel with Fortis Vis Group Limited.
We have done that.
What is it doing in this motion, Mr. Mtuse? Decorative.
It is one of the companies associated with His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua.
What is wrong with Fortis Vis Limited being associated with Rigathi Gachagua? What is wrong with that?
At the time of submissions, we'll be stating why we think there is something wrong.
No, we want that question answered now so that we will submit on it. What wrong has Fortis Vis Group Limited committed anywhere on earth?
Why would one person own 25 companies doing the same things?
What law prohibits a person owning 25 companies? What
I
law?
think counsel for the Deputy President, the Honorable Mtuse has said he has no quarrel with that company.
Which is
Let
what?
us settle it.
You know, Mr. Speaker, I made an opening statement. In my opening statement, I said we have allegations that oscillate from the false to the ridiculous to the embarrassing. If you just answer and I keep quiet, I'll fail to demonstrate the oscillation. I want these distinguished senators in their conscience to know what exactly we are doing here. Because they were given an 85-page motion to deal with. This is part of the content of 85 pages. Surely, Mr. Speaker, for Mr. Mtuse to tell these senators that he brought them this company just as a name, I don't know how dignified this house will feel, but if I sat where this house sits, I would feel that's undignifying.
Proceed, counsel, with your cross-examination.
So you say one person should not own 22 companies, isn't it?
I've said I do not have.
No, you've said so. That's your answer.
I don't have problems with Fortis.
That's correct. Who are the shareholders of Fortis?
Fortis is Kevin Rigathi and Keith Ikino Rigathi.
The only crime being they are children of Rigathi Gachagua.
Indeed, they are children of Rigathi.
Are they prohibited as children of Rigathi Gachagua from holding shares in a company?
As proxies?
Are they prohibited from holding shares in a company?
Not at all.
So what proxy business has Fortis Vis Limited done? Because you keep saying as proxies. What proxy business has Fortis Vis Group Limited done?
I have already stated that we do not have any problem with Fortis.
But you have put it in your impeachment motion to support one of your grounds.
It is there.
Without any problem with it.
It is there, and we have stated the reasons why it is there.
Grand Bypass Apartments Limited. What problem do you have with it?
We do not have a problem with it.
This company that you have listed, you have no problem with it.
We do not have a problem with it.
But you have put it as one of the grounds in your impeachment motion.
It is one of the companies associated with Rigathi Gachagua. And there is no problem with listing and saying, I am focusing on this one and I am not focusing on this one.
Page 19, company number 5, the Anansi Collective. What problem do you have with it?
You are skipping Vipingo and Kuruito?
You want to control my cross-examination?
No,
Honorable Mtuse, just respond to what counsel does.
Anansi Collective, we do not have problems with that one.
BioVet Kenya Limited, what problem do you have with it?
We do not have a problem with it.
Calvary Creed International Limited, what problem do you have with it?
We do not have a problem with it.
Cosmia Venture Limited, what problem do you have with it?
We do not have a problem with it. But we have a problem with number
Delia Merchants Limited, what problem do you have with it?
Not at all. But we have a problem with Vipingo Beach.
Let me go to Vipingo Beach because you appear excited to go there. Who owns Vipingo Beach? Just answer my question. Who owns Vipingo Beach?
I need to check my CR12s.
Show us the volume that you're checking for us to look at together. Mr. Speaker, I wouldn't mind a time indication of how much time I've spent.
Vipingo Beach, on volume 2A, page 18.
You spent 40 minutes of the 2 hours, and there's an additional 10 minutes for when we had a problem with the video.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Give us the page number kindly.
Page number 18 of 123, volume 2A.
Yes, proceed. Who owns Vipingo Beach?
Keith Ikino Rigathi, Kevin Gachagua Rigathi, and the estate of the deceased James Derito Gachagua.
Let me go back to the beginning. You're a lawyer by profession.
Yes, I am.
You know the meaning of ownership of a company?
Yes, I do.
How is ownership of a company manifested?
In shareholding and...
Okay. How many shares does Keith Ikino Rigathi hold? According to your own exhibit. It may be getting hotter, but look at the document, compose yourself, and read. How many shares does Keith Ikino Rigathi hold according to your own document?
They are not indicated.
How many shares does Kevin Gachagua Rigathi hold according to your own exhibit?
They are not indicated.
What is the total number of shares in that company?
10,000.
Who is indicated as owning all those 10,000 shares?
There is a shareholding by the estate of the deceased James Derito Gachagua.
It is the estate of the deceased James Derito Gachagua. True or not true?
They own 10,000 shares.
What is the total number of shareholding?
10,000.
They own all the shares.
They own 10,000 shares.
What is the total number of shares in that company?
10,000.
So they own all the shares. The estate of the late James Derito Gachagua owns all the shares according to your document.
It would appear so.
Is it so or is it not so? From your own document.
It on the face of the document, it would appear so.
Do you doubt this document you have given us?
No, I don't doubt it.
Thank you. The Deputy President then in defense says, this is a property owned by the estate of my late brother. Is he speaking the truth or not? From your own document.
We
The deputy president says, this is a company owned by the estate of my late brother. Looking at your own document, is the deputy president saying the truth or is he not saying the truth? With the estate of the deceased owner holding all the shares in the company?
No, we do not have a problem with that.
From your company law knowledge, do you know the role of directors in a company?
Yes, I do.
What directors play in a company?
They direct.
Directors are management. They manage.
They direct the management.
Correct.
The leadership.
What is wrong with these two boys managing this company on behalf of the shareholders who are disclosed? What is wrong against the law?
There is nothing wrong.
Okay. The value of this hotel is part of your 5.2 billion. True or not true?
It is.
Are you willing to deduct it now from that? Because you can now see who owns it.
At the appropriate time, we will show.
Are you willing to deduct it?
No.
Thank you. So, I was proceeding for you to stop me to deal with Vipingo and I've dealt with it. I hope to your satisfaction. Are you satisfied?
We can proceed.
Heartland Supplies Limited, what problem do you have with it?
If you could remind us, that was page?
Oh, sorry, page 20 of 85, company number 14.
Volume 1, eh?
Volume 1, yes.
Company number?
Number 14.
Company number 14. Just to confirm, we are on the same page. This is Heartland Supplies Limited.
Yes.
We have no quarrel with Heartland Supplies.
Page 21, paragraph 17, Mothers of the Land Limited. What problem do you have with it?
We have no quarrel with Mothers of the Land.
Number 18, Pioneer Medical Kenya Limited. What problem do you have with it?
We don't have a problem with it.
Overleaf, page 22, Redo Furniture Mart Limited. What problem do you have with it?
We do not have a problem with it.
Royal Crimson Ventures Limited. What problem do you have with it?
No, not at all.
Technical Supplies and Services Limited. What problem do you have with it?
We do not have a problem with it.
You listed all these companies just to create a screaming headline for your motion with no problem with them.
We listed all these companies to show that they are associated with persons close to the Deputy President and that they are companies that are either used or can potentially be used for purposes of corruption and money laundering.
Oh, okay. They can potentially be used. The DP intends to use them in future. So this motion is preventive.
Indeed, we are addressing fears.
You have come here to address fears that the DP may use this company in future to commit corruption.
Indeed, yes.
That's why you want this Senate to impeach the DP on this ground.
We have also shown...
No, that's why you want this Senate to impeach the DP on this ground.
There are some that we have shown have been used.
I've taken through a number of companies, Mr. Mtuse. I've taken a number of companies, yes, one by one.
Yes.
You have said you have no problem with them.
We have no problem with the ones that we have said we have no problem with.
Let's go to paragraph 70. A.
78A.
His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua bullied Kenya Medical Supplies Agency officials into awarding a tender for the supply of mosquito nets to Crystal Kenya Limited. Was Crystal Kenya Limited a bidder for this tender?
Crystal Kenya Limited is a local...
I've asked, was it a bidder for this tender?
It is a local representative...
Is it a bidder for this tender? By the way, let me now ask you basic questions. Do you know the meaning of the word bidder?
Honorable Mtuse,
it is not a bidder.
Yeah, we make progress. We respond, we make progress.
So let's read the allegation, the particulars.
Yes.
It says, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua bullied Kenya Medical Supplies Agency officials into awarding a tender for the supply of mosquito nets to Crystal Kenya Limited. Was Crystal Kenya Limited in fact awarded that tender?
They were not a bidder.
Were they in fact awarded that tender as your ground alleges?
No, they were not.
So why are you alleging that they were bullied into awarding the tender? Why are you alleging when they were not awarded?
The local representative.
I'm asking, why are you alleging that they were bullied into being awarded the tender?
Because they are the local representatives of Shobika, the company that is under investigation for this tender.
Your ground says His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua bullied KEMSA officials into awarding a tender for the supply of mosquito nets to Crystal Kenya Limited, his proxy company, full stop. Is that allegation correct? Is that allegation true?
There was no award to...
Is that allegation true?
It is true to the extent that they are local representatives.
That His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua bullied KEMSA to award a tender to Crystal Kenya Limited, his proxy company.
To Shobika, represented by...
I'm asking you a different question. Your allegation is that KEMSA was bullied to award a tender to Crystal Kenya Limited, full stop. Am I reading it correctly, by the way?
You are reading it correctly.
Is that what I have read correctly itself true?
In the narrow sense, it is not true.
Thank you so much. You also say that Crystal Limited had submitted a fake bid bond with the sole intention of fraudulently acquiring public property. What do you mean by a fake bid bond?
An irregular bid bond.
What do you mean by an irregular bid bond?
Bid bond that was found not to meet the requirements.
What was the irregularity that was found in that bid?
I guess that is why ESCC...
No, what was the irregularity? You don't ask about the allegation here. What was the irregularity that was found with that bid bond? There was a specific irregularity. What was it?
It was brought outside time.
You are sure of that fact?
It was brought outside time.
You are sure of that fact?
Insofar as I know.
I'm saying, are you sure of that fact? Because you're on oath.
Insofar as I know.
No, are you sure of the fact? It was brought out of time. I've asked you, are you sure of the fact that it was brought out of time?
Insofar as I know.
You referred us to the letter by KEMSA terminating that bid. Do you remember?
Yes.
Can you draw us to that letter, the volume number and the page where it is? And the counsel is talking to the witness, and you can see he's actually answering the question. He's a junior colleague. He's engaged in extremely unethical behavior that should not be done in a small claims court. Forget about a country's Senate. You've seen it with your own eyes.
Counsel for the Deputy President, I cannot hear exactly what was exchanged there. And therefore, I don't have the benefit of what was exchanged, and I'm not in a position to rule on it.
Okay.
Let's make progress.
Yes, I'm coming to you shortly.
We have the affidavit of Dr. Andrew Mula, who was the acting CEO of KEMSA at the time.
I've asked for the letter from KEMSA rejecting the bid, the letter, the three letter.
In our volume 1, from page 67, you are asking for which letter?
As if you refer to the letter by KEMSA that rejected the bid in this mosquito net deal.
No, I referred us to the messages from Honorable Rigathi Gachagua's son to the children, to the CEO.
Let's go to that directly. Let's just go to that issue directly so that we finish with it now that you have raised it. Are you referring to the document at page 70 of volume 1?
Yes, indeed.
From which phone number is that message coming?
It needs to be read
Asked from which phone number? You know a phone number?
with paragraph 4
I've asked from which phone number? Just give me the phone number.
plus
It is sending the message.
plus 254-717-871-036.
I'm asking at that page, we can see a screenshot of a message. Is that screenshot telling us the phone number it's coming from?
It is not?
It is not.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I now want to deal with the document I had looked at earlier. Let's look at volume 3 of the the deputy president's documents. You have it. Look at volume 3 of the deputy president's documents at page 180.
Yes, there we are.
That is a letter from KEMSA.
Yes, on the face of it.
It is addressed to Shobika Impex Private Limited.
Yes.
It is setting out the reason why that bid was unsuccessful. Does it set out the reason? It says, reference is made to the above, sorry, my apologies. We are looking at page 180 of volume 3 of the deputy president's documents. And it's been projected on the screen. For those of us who can see the font on the screen, it's been projected on the screens. It is setting out the reason why that bid was rejected. It is because the tender security was not paginated.
Yes, from this document it says so.
That's what you are calling a fake bid document. That's what you are describing as a fake bid document.
The document you have shown.
I'm asking, this reason is what you are saying constitutes a fake bid document.
Of course, if the tender security was not paginated,
Yes.
it is irregular.
Are you saying it is fake?
It is irregular.
Then I'm asking a different one. Are you saying you want this sentence to conclude that this attribute, failing to put a page number on a bid document, made it fake?
It made it irregular.
I'm asking a different, the word you have used in the motion is fake. We are trying the motion.
No, but irregular.
Thank you. Your statement in the motion, therefore, that was fake is not true. It's false. Your statement in the motion that was fake is false.
Strictly yes.
Thank you. Let me move to a fairly different limb of argument. And this is now let's go to the question of Olive Gardens Hotel. Have it. I don't. I don't have it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We have some massive documents here. Sometimes let's deal with the affidavit of Peterson Njomo Mushira.
Indeed.
According to Peterson Njomo Mushira, how did he acquire this property? Rather, how did his company, that's the correct way of putting it, isn't it? TM Engineering, yes? How did his company acquire this property? The process of acquisition.
He says he entered into a secret arrangement with the Honorable Gachagua to purchase the property and then
Who was purchasing the property?
on the understanding that,
No, I'm asking a different question. Who was purchasing the property?
that TM Engineering.
The purchaser of the property is TM Engineering.
Yes.
Who is the registered proprietor of the property?
Let me confirm. This is the Olive Gardens.
Who is the registered proprietor of the property, Olive Gardens Hotel?
I'm tracing the documents. Olive Gardens, the registered proprietor is Philip Wanjema Cargo.
Sorry?
Philip Wanjema Cargo. Is it?
Can you reverse the page, the volume and the page you're looking at?
This is the volume 2A, page 10 of 123.
So who is that? Who is that?
Is Philip Wanjema Cargo.
I'm asking, who is he? Do you know him?
I don't.
Let's look at your affidavit of Njomo.
Yes.
First, you concede, he says the deputy president requested him to buy the property.
In response,
No, requested him to buy the property as a fact.
in the deputy response.
I'm talking about what Njomo is saying. Njomo is saying
the
the deputy president requested him to buy the property.
They entered into a secret arrangement.
No,
The property
requested him to buy the property. As a matter of fact, yes,
Yes,
he bought the property. Yes,
yes, on certain terms of a secret arrangement, according to him.
that the arrangement was that
That the deputy president would buy the hotel
would buy the hotel from him.
by refunding the purchase
Would
price.
buy the hotel from him by refunding the money.
Yes,
Has he in fact bought it?
he would be the correct.
Has he? No, you are the motion mover. You are here with us. You will not run away from anything, Mr. Mtuse. Has he in fact bought it?
I would imagine so.
Sorry?
I would imagine so.
When did he buy it?
I do not know.
Oh, you want these senators to impeach this deputy president on your imagination?
I have said, and there is nothing wrong with not knowing. I do not know.
Does Mr. Peterson Njomo Mushira say that in fact the DP has bought this hotel? Does he say so, that in fact the DP has bought this hotel?
He says,
Does he say that in fact the DP has bought this hotel? Yes or no?
he says,
Does he say that the DP has in fact bought this hotel? Yes or no?
he says that the deputy president would buy the hotel from me by refunding the purchase price of 412 million set out in the agreement. And
If we believe Mr. Njomo, this is a promise for a future transaction, if we believe him. Yes?
he also goes
If we
further.
believe Njomo,
Yes,
what he's saying there, this is a promise for a future transaction.
it would appear so.
No, on the face of it, it is a promise for a future transaction, not so.
It would appear so. But
Has that future come? Has that transaction happened to your knowledge?
I believe so.
What's the basis of your belief?
Your own response.
Sorry?
In your response, in the DP's response, you say
Has the DP said he has bought that property?
it was bought by TM Engineering.
Is that not a fact? Is that what Njomo is telling us?
Yes.
So what the DP is telling us, it was bought by TM Engineering, and what Njomo is telling us, it was bought by TM Engineering, factually are the same.
Factually are the same.
Then Njomo is bringing a new perspective to it, that the DP promised him, in future, I will buy back this hotel. Yes?
And that's why he's saying...
Jeme is saying,
yes.
The DP then, when I bought this hotel,
yes.
The DP then told me I intend to buy it back in future.
Yes.
By the way, is there any unlawfulness in a future intent to acquire property?
It points to a scheme.
A scheme to? A scheme to do what?
It points to a scheme.
To do what?
To launder.
Sorry?
To a scheme to hide the transaction, because...
Mr. Mtuse, let's also just be basic, sensible people. If we wanted to, we would just have bought it immediately. Yes. Isn't a promise to buy in the future itself, on the face of it, evidence of lack of immediate money? On the face of it.
Well, that's a matter of interpretation.
That's what I'm telling you now, Anders. You know, you're a lawyer like me, and we are good at interpretation. In fact, we are trained in interpretation. So I'm asking you the question. Is the promise to buy in the future, on the face of it?
Jomo says they have a secret, because we do not want to assume what Jomo is saying. Jomo is saying in his affidavit, there was a secret arrangement that I cover for the deputy president. I buy it to be registered in my company, and then he refunds me my money.
Has that refund been done?
He would be the best place to tell us.
When did Jomo buy this hotel? It's around March 2023 from the affidavit. Is that not true?
All around 31st March.
More than 1.5 years ago.
Yes.
To date, your thorough investigation to support a motion to remove the DP from office has not revealed evidence that the DP has in fact bought the hotel. You want us to imagine he has bought it, yes?
My allegation is that he bought through proxy, and the proxy says, indeed, I have a secret arrangement with the deputy president to buy the hotel on his behalf as a proxy. And I do not allege that it has been transferred to the deputy president. I said it's an intricate web of economic crimes, white-collar crimes, that are secret.
This promise to buy a hotel in future is white-collar crime?
Indeed, economic crimes are white-collar crimes.
I'm asking, this promise to buy a hotel in future is a white-collar crime?
It is part of the scheme to hide the real owners of the property.
So let me wind up this argument because my time is running out. You have made hue and cry of the DP's wealth portfolio. At least you know that, isn't it?
Indeed.
You have also told us that even if we gave him the best possible assumption, he would be having 24 million shillings in his account because that's his salary, yes?
The known sources of income.
Are you suggesting that the DP became DP impecunious as a pauper?
Not at all, but I also...
What was his wealth portfolio by the time he became DP?
I have several lists.
Do you know his wealth portfolio by the time he became DP?
During the presidential debate,
yes,
he did say that he was worth 800 million shillings.
He said he was worth 800 million shillings?
Yes.
And you would question why he would promise in future to buy a property worth 400 million?
And I question why...
Do you know the formula he wanted to use to buy the property, whether to liquidate his wealth to acquire it? Do you know the formula he wanted to use in future
to buy
the property?
That would be for him to say, not me.
I'm asking whether you know you are the one to establish this charge. Do you know the formula?
I have demonstrated that the formula is corrupt and the sources of the wealth are unexplained.
Which wealth has unexplained sources that you explained?
I have shown.
I thought you began by Vipingo, which we have dealt with you.
All the way from Nyeri, treetops, all the way to Vipingo. We will have our time, our day.
Sorry?
In terms of Vipingo, we will also be able to show.
When?
We still have time for submissions.
Or you're going to call more evidence?
No, we are not calling evidence. We'll just point out to the other documents, because we were reading documents in isolation. We'll also show other documents that point out to his ownership of the Vipingo Hotel.
Mr. Speaker, may I invite my colleague, Mr. Masharia, to pick up from there?
And thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Would you wish to know how much time is remaining for you?
Yes, Honorable Sir. Speaker.
Okay, so far you've done 1 hour, 2 minutes.
Okay.
You have 58 minutes.
58 minutes.
For the entire cross-examination of this witness and those to come.
Most obliged, Honorable Senator. Speaker. Honorable Mtuse, Honorable Speaker of the Senate. Honorable Mtuse. Yes, you say you're an advocate of the High Court of Kenya.
Yes,
When were you admitted?
in the year 2018.
2018.
Yes.
So you've been practicing for 6 years.
Indeed.
According to the Senate website I'm reading here, between 2013 and 2022, you are the Chief of Staff at the County Government of Machakos. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So from 2018 to 2022, you could not practice law as a public officer. Is that correct?
That is true.
So you have not done any conveyancing transactions. Is that correct?
That is not correct.
How have you done conveyancing transactions as a public officer?
I have academic, professional, and experience in conveyancing.
Academic, not practical.
Professional and practical experience in conveyancing.
How did you do conveyancing while working for Machakos County Government?
I was not in private practice, but I am involved in many.
Yeah, name one transaction, for example.
Well, maybe I can't remember now.
Maybe what?
I cannot remember at the moment.
You can't remember a single transaction in your illustrious law career you've done. Let's move on. Honorable Mtuse.
Yes.
On what party were you elected when you came to Parliament?
Maendeleo Chapter Party.
Maendeleo Chapter Party.
Yes.
And you were elected in the year 2022.
Indeed.
Is it correct to state that Maendeleo Chapter Party is a member of the Kenya Kwanza Coalition?
Yes, it is correct.
Did you sign a coalition agreement to form part of that Kenya Kwanza Coalition?
Yes, we did.
You did. Do you have any role, any specific role in Maendeleo Chapter Party?
No, I don't have.
You do not have any role.
Yes.
I want us to deal with grounds. I believe your counsel led you on what he said jointly were grounds 1, 5, and 6. Ground 1 and 5 and 6 deal with the utterances you stated. And let me get some facts straight from you. You said one of the things that vexes you the most about these utterances, you mentioned sensationally Rwanda, you mentioned Sudan, you mentioned various countries having problems. Is that correct?
Yes, indeed.
And you said that my client, the Deputy President, was a DO in Molo during the clashes.
I said, it is said that he was a DO in Molo.
It is said.
Yes.
So this is not a fact. Yes or no? It is not correct that he was not a DO in Molo.
I do not know it out of my own information, but it is public information.
What do you mean by public information? Either he was a DO or he was not. Can you confirm yes or no? Was he or wasn't he? Or don't you know?
He was a DO?
He was, no, Molo, please, let's not waste time. Was he a DO in Molo or was he not, to your knowledge?
It is publicly alleged that he was a DO in
To
Molo.
your knowledge, not to the public, to you, Mtuse MP Kibwezi, was he a DO in Molo or not, to your knowledge?
I believe so.
I'm not asking for your belief or imagination. Do you know or do you not know?
Well, I do not have it as a matter of fact.
Okay, let's move. Now, you confirm that you are a member of the Kenya Kwanza Coalition.
Yes, indeed.
Please go with me, if you will,
Yes.
to page 417, honorable members, 417 of volume 3 of the Deputy President's documents. That one. And as you put a finger there, Honorable Mtuse, honorable members of the Senate, Mr. Mtuse, if you go with me to page 6 of volume 1, this is the special motion.
Volume 6.
I said page 417, keep a finger there, page 417 of volume 3. These are nextures in support of His Excellency the Deputy President.
Yes.
And then volume 1, which is your motion, at page 6 of 85. But let's begin with page 6 of 85. You're there, page 6?
Yes, I'm there.
You're there.
Yes.
This is the allegation you see in the middle there, and I'll read for you quickly so that we don't get stuck, which begins with the words, a government is like a company. Can you see that?
A government is like a company.
You can see that?
Yes.
I want you to show me where in that paragraph the word tribe, ethnic, kabila appears, even once.
It is not there.
Go to page 7, overleaf. Can you see the sentence beginning, haiwezekani mtu ambaye alikuwa akikupiga kelele akichunga? Can you see that?
Yes.
Show me where the word kabila, tribe, or ethnicity appears.
It is not there.
Paragraph 13. A government is like a company. Can you see that at page 7?
Yes.
Show me where the word tribe, ethnic, or kabila appears.
It is not there.
Let's go to page 8. Sisi lazima tungeangalia nyinyi. Hii serikali ni kampuni na hii ni shares. Si ndio? Can you see that?
Yes, I can see that.
Show me where the word tribe, kabila, ethnic appears.
It doesn't appear.
Paragraph 15, does it appear?
What?
At paragraph 15, at page 8 of 85.
What does not appear?
The same words, kabila, ethnic, tribe.
No, they don't appear.
They do not appear. And finally, at paragraph 16, at page 9 of 85. You can see that?
Let me read through. I can see nikuwa nikichunga mambo ya watu wa mlima.
Very good. So Mlima is a tribe.
It's a region.
Is a region. Can you please name for me the counties in that region?
Several.
Central is not a county.
I've said several.
Several, there are 10 actually. Read them out.
Kiambu, Murang'a, Nyeri, Embu, Rakanithi, Meru, Nyandarua, Nakuru,
Laikipia.
Which other one?
The 10, all of them.
Okay.
Now, do all those 10 counties have one tribe? To your knowledge.
They do not have one tribe.
Thank you. Now, would you agree with me that the government or the party or the coalition that is the majority in the Senate and in the National Assembly is the Kenya Kwanza coalition?
Yes.
So the ruling party is Kenya Kwanza?
The ruling coalition.
Is a ruling coalition?
Yes.
And they rule because they are a majority?
Yes.
You agree with that?
Indeed.
Very good. Now, to your knowledge, if you now go with me to page 417, is a letter, can you see that? Page 417 of volume 3
Yes.
of the Deputy President's documents. Can you see that?
Yes.
It is addressed to the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties.
Yes.
And it is signed by our professional colleague, Professor Kithure Kindike. Can you see that? Council for Kenya Kwanza Alliance Coalition.
Yes.
You can see that?
Yes.
In the middle is a paragraph beginning with subsequently. Can you please read out for me the parties that were constituent parties of Kenya